invite Trike. Here we go. What is up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad. And this is the solo show. The one day that I do it without Cheng. I don't like doing it. Actually, I do like doing it, but I'd rather have Cheng here. But you know, she adds to the show. She's she's the Robin to my Batman, I guess, right? Or vice versa. Could be. Anyway, today we got a good show to you. And the question is the question. If dating is so easy, people say, dating is so easy. Why are so many people still single? That's my question today. Why are so many people still single? People are out there. You got all of these YouTube channels. You got all of these videos where people are looking for a partner. They're avidly looking for a partner, but they can't seem to find a partner. Why can't they find a partner? Right? What's so difficult? What's so hard about dating? Today we're going to talk about that. I think there's four things. In my opinion, I think there's four things. But before we get into those four things, let me do a quick shout out. Slick Rick is on the boards, making sure that everything works the way it's supposed to work. We always appreciate you. So thank you, Slick Rick. Michael Moy is in the house. Michael, you should be on a plane really soon if I don't recall. Let's see. Ronnie's in the house. What's up, Ronnie? My man, Ronnie. Who else is in here? Let's see. And Obi-Wan is in the house. What's up, Obi-Wan? Bruce is in the house. What's happening, Bruce? Right? I think people are slowly dwindling in. Roger Walker's in the house. What's happening, Roger? And the question is, if dating is so easy, if the whole thing is so easy, how come so many people are still single? There's 1,000,001 different ways to meet people these days, right? Dating apps. You can meet people at the malls here in the Philippines. Why is it so difficult to find a partner? T is in the house. Paul is in the house. What's happening, y'all? You guys don't forget this is a call-in live stream as always. So you can call in. The number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Call in. Give us your take. Why is dating so damn tough? So why is it so hard, man? Why is it so hard? The world is crazy. The one thing it would be great to have is a woman, a nice woman's arms to fall into at the end of the day, who's soft and sweet, and she makes everything feel good. But why is it so tough to have to find that one partner? What's so tough? I think it's a few things. Number one, I think dating apps have a lot to do with it. I think dating apps have so much to do with it. You would say, on one hand, you say, oh, dating apps make it really easy. And it's true. But actually, I think dating apps make it hard, too. I think, number one, because dating apps give you this illusion that there's so many choices, It's almost hard to choose. You got all these choices, all these women, scroll. And which one do I choose? And then which one chooses me? So I think that's one thing that makes it hard, is this notion that there's unlimited options, just options up the gazoo, and especially here in the Philippines, when a lot of guys come to the Philippines, they suddenly get inundated with all of these different women trying to get at them, especially in the dating apps, right? And you have all of these options. Which one do I choose? And having too many options is sometimes worse than having not enough. So, okay, let me make sure I open the phone lines, and hold on, let's do this. Let me open these phone lines and make sure that everybody can call in, and we got this connected. So call in, you guys call in, give me your take. Why is it difficult? Is it difficult for you to date? Is it difficult? Do you think it's difficult to find a woman in this day and age? Let me know what you think. Give it to us. Let me know what you think. Okay, the lines are now open. So what do you think? What is it hard? Is it easy? Why is it so tough? I don't think it's easy at all. I think it's super hard. Even in the Philippines, I think the hard part about dating in the Philippines is choosing. You get so many offers, and a lot of the girls are cute. Some of the girls, right off the bat, you can see what kind of person they are. But I think knowing the good from the bad from the good, the low hanging fruit from the good fruit, from the ripe fruit, is the toughest part of dating out here in the Philippines. The next thing, I also think social media makes it extremely tough to date these days. I think social media makes it really, really hard. And I think social media discourages women, all this feminism stuff. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I can do it on my own. And then out here in the Philippines, you start also meeting some independent women, some strong independent women, which is to me is absolutely crazy. Strong independent women with kids, and anyway, we won't even get into that. But I think all these things make it tough. Tell me what you think. What makes it tough? The first question of the day is what makes it tough to date to date in the Philippines? What makes it tough to date overall? Give me your answers to that. Real quick, Larry's in the house. Christopher Michael's in the house. What's happening, Christopher Michael? And thanks for that super chat. Really appreciate you. And let's see. All right, so let's get into the comments. And first comment. I didn't talk about this, but I agree with you, bro. It's hard to trust people, especially out here in the Philippines. There's good people and there's bad people all the time, but it's hard to trust people, man. I mean, you don't know who's after you for what reason. It's really, really hard to trust people. And after you've watched a few online videos and some Rafi Tulfo, you don't know what to expect. The women always come at you from the same angle. They're all soft and sweet in the beginning, but Rafi Tulfo ain't making those videos up. There's a lot of people out there that just aren't trustworthy, right? And that don't deserve your trust. Let me know what you think. Let's see. So, oh well, hold on. We'll take this first call. Hold on a second, and we'll get into it. Hold on a second. I thought we had that. Oh, let's turn this guy on real quick. Give me a quick second, caller. All right, caller, what you got? Why is it so tough?
Yeah, I kind of agree with the last guy. Yeah, it's hard to trust. I was gonna lead with something I put in the comment. I mean, you got like social media is rising on things like OnlyFans, social media, TikTok, all those things. A lot of sources for women to give validation that makes them feel like that they're on this like level because they're getting all of this attention. So I think that those are probably going to be the main things. Um, on the other side of the coin, right? Because that was more like Western. Is that you look at the Eastern, like Filipinos and Vietnamese and so on and so forth. It's kind of like I feel like things like feminism and all these things are going to start affecting those countries as well. I mean, they are already corrupted, but not to the degree on the West yet.
Right.
So I don't really think that that's the biggest problem. I think the biggest problem when you talk about the Philippines is that kind of like we touched on, it's really hard to trust. It's like you never know what type of situation you're gonna walk into, even if you're going through like a really really good vetting process, right? Like it's still the trouble to have to do that.
Right.
You vet someone out, and then if that person doesn't work, you got to go vet the next person out, and it just becomes exhausting after you do that enough, right? So
it is. It really is. You made a good point about OnlyFans. How do you think OnlyFans affects dating?
Well, OnlyFans is, I mean, women right now can just basically go on OnlyFans and make a lot of money. I know that there's not a lot of them making money percentage wise. It's only a few that are actually making a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But it still doesn't stop the fact that guys are getting to the point where they can just give women attention and money, and that without really getting anything out of it.
Right.
They can feel empowered that they're making their money, and that's it for the ones who are making some money, making a lot of money. They don't they don't need a man, right?
Yeah.
They're making it on their own, even though it's morally not the thing to do, but they just look for options, right?
Right.
And that's just their option. So
Got you.
as long as they have men giving them attention in that way, and not only just giving them attention, but giving them money, why wouldn't they do it? See that being a big problem.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, in real life, they're trying. Some of these women are trying to get a man to pay their rent and pay their bills. If they can do it on OnlyFans, why not?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Caller, what's your name again?
Farrell Ranchi with
Gotcha.
my name is Phil. My name
Gotcha.
is Phil Thomas.
Okay, you're on the screen right now. Excellent. And where are you calling from, Farrell?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. All right, man. Don't let it be the last time you call in.
Yeah, this is the first time I called in.
All right, cool. We appreciate you. Don't let it be the last time. Thanks for your calling.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
All right, I agree with everything you said. I mean, he's got it right here. Social media, OnlyFans. I didn't even think of OnlyFans, but I mean, it's kind of like the OnlyFans, the feminism angle where women just don't feel like they need a man because there's enough. But let me ask you, why don't women feel like they need a man? But really, it's because of men, because there's enough simps and suckers giving them money, right? And it's kind of ironic that they're saying, I don't need a man. But the reason they're saying they don't need a man is because there's simps and suckers out there giving them money, giving them money on their OnlyFans. If you didn't need a man, well, you do, because who's subscribing to your OnlyFans channel, right? Anyway, hold on. Let's take another call.
Oh, good morning. This is Cheng.
Caller, who's this?
This is Cheng.
Oh, I don't know you, but go ahead. What's happening, girl?
I just wanted to add something from the Filipinas perspective
Okay.
about the trust issue since you're talking about it. So
Okay.
I think sometimes Western men find it hard to trust a Filipina, not necessarily because of the woman herself, but because of the stories
The
they've
reputation.
heard or experiences they've had Philippines. So
Right.
just like what you were mentioning, Rafi Tulfo and all those stories on YouTube. And also I think sometimes Filipinos don't realize that many Western men come here already carrying scars from their past relationships, like divorces or being taken advantage of. So they're naturally more cautious. So at the same time, for a Filipino who is sincere, trust also takes time to build. It's really about consistency, respect, and showing through actions that the relationship is genuine. So I think when both sides understand each other's fears and expectations, that's when trust can really grow.
You know what?
That's all.
Great points. I appreciate you calling in. And just so everybody knows, just for transparency, if you didn't know, this is Cheng, who is my girlfriend, who is the other half of Richie Rich Abroad. So in case you didn't know, I might slip and say baby, but it's because this is my baby, right? Hope you're having a good day. I found my USC shirt in the laundry, so you don't have to look for it. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay.
Appreciate you calling in always. Bye. All right. I might have missed a couple of calls. Callers, if I miss your call, go ahead and call back, especially if someone's already on the line. Just go ahead and call back and I'll always take your call. And I apologize. We only have one line, so it's just kind of first come, first serve. But she makes some great points. I mean, it's tough to trust after you watch all those videos. And I'm telling you, man, them Rafi Tulfo videos are no joke. It's hard to trust when you come here, and all the women, you ever notice all the women in those videos are really cute? They're always cute, all of them, right? But who do you trust? And this is why we keep saying, don't lead with your wallet, lead with your character, not with your cash. All right, we'll take another call. Caller, what you got, man?
Hey, this is Morris.
What's happening, brother?
It's down to unrealistic expectations. These women, they want 6 figures, 6 feet tall, 6 feet, but They ain't bringing nothing in return.
Nothing. Nothing, bro. Nothing. Right?
Okay? And as and you would you would find most women, you ask them, okay, what are you gonna bring and what are you gonna add to this relationship? And most of them is just crickets. They ain't got nothing to say. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because I talk with my sister, and she is same age as me,
Mm-hmm.
and she tells me that a lot of the women that's in her age group, she's 61. He says this just ain't got it up top,
Right.
mentally, as far as being a wife,
Right. It's tough, bro.
What's that delusional? That's where I'm looking for, that delusional.
It's tough. It's tough out there, bro. They'll tell you, I am the table, right? I'm table. I am the table because they don't really have an answer. They don't have an answer for what you bring because a lot of them bring nothing but problems. They bring a lot of drama, a lot of chaos, a lot of problems, a lot of toxicity, a lot of problems, and that's about all they bring. So I think they're delusional, but let me ask you this, bro. Why do they believe that men are gonna or when men are gonna come in and grab them? Why do they still think that?
Like you said earlier, because of sin. Guys,
That's why.
That's because it's pretty. Give her money, and do all these things for her. And trust me, I know my son is 30. Just went 30. He goes 30 this month. And he is telling me that some of his friends in the 30s are, paying girls rent
Right.
just to get some bucks. You know what I mean? I'm like, what?
It's crazy.
And doing all this crazy stuff. I'm like, wow, man.
Yeah. As long as there's simps and suckers out there, the women will keep doing. They're going to keep believing it because it happens. As long as dudes are out there paying rent, as long as dudes are out there sending money to these women here in the Philippines, as long as men keep doing it, women are going to keep going after men to do it because it works. Because it works. And until we stop doing it, until we stop doing it collectively, they're going to keep doing it. At least the low-hanging fruit, the bad ones, are going to keep doing what they're doing because it's working. Why would you stop? Why would you stop? All right, all right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you always. Blessings, bro. All right, Michael Moy said. Michael Moy. Oh, let me go back to Raymond's comment. Raymond said, "I think it's hard to find the right one. It's definitely hard to find the right one. It's hard to find. It's easy to find one, but to find the right one is not easy. I'm here to tell you, it is definitely not easy. No doubt about that. Michael said it's about time. Do you want to invest the time or waste the time to vet these women? Right? Social media and the dating sites are all BS. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I can't say they're all BS, but I think a lot of them are. I met Ching on social media. So I don't know. I think no matter where you meet the woman, you gotta vet the woman. The woman that's coming after you, there's a reason she's coming after you. These women that are calling you broke or saying you don't have enough money for my lifestyle, look at their lifestyle. What would they do without men? How are they funding their own lifestyle? Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, another man is funding their lifestyle, right? And as long as they're Simpson suckers, they're going to keep doing it. All right. Let's see. Raymond said, it's really hard to trust people. I don't trust people much to begin with. Raymond, I don't either. I don't either, bro. I think trust is something that is earned. Trust is something that is earned over time, and it shouldn't be treated lightly. Bruce M2, what's happening, Bruce? Bruce said the Rafi Tufel videos make me nervous about finding a wife. Shit, Bruce, they make me nervous, bro. I mean, I already got Cheng, but watching those videos, it just goes to show. It shows two things. Number one, if you're not careful in your choices, All these dudes get swept away by these cute women who are giving them box. Every single one of those women are good looking women. They're not ugly. They're good looking women. They whoop the box on the dude, and the dude goes crazy, loses his mind, loses all his senses, and starts giving her money. And then she starts taking his money. And then he gets mad because he finds out she didn't love him for him. She never did, bruh. She never did, because you led with your wallet, and that's how she looked at you after that. Just like, a great example, when you go on these dating sites and you see a woman who, in a bikini, in a hot bikini, or she's leaning on the bed, she's sprawled over the bed, and looking all sultry and sexy on her profile, and then you meet her and you start talking about certain intimate topics, and he's a bad guy, he's a bad guy, he's a this, he's a that. I didn't like this guy. Well, wait a minute. This is what you led with. You sexualized yourself. You put that out there. That's the energy you put out there. That's what you led with. And now you're shocked that he treats you that way? How could he? Right? I mean, look, this is what you led with. So don't be shocked if this is how you started. Then don't be shocked when that's how they treat you. All right. Steve McCarthy's in the house. What's up? What's up, Steven? I'm sorry we didn't get to meet, bro. We were right. Man, I was almost practically in your back door in South Carolina, but we didn't get to meet up. But that's all right, man. Maybe next time. Let's see. Larry Johnson, I appreciate you. Larry, thanks for the super sticker, man. I really appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much for this, man. Let me take this call. Caller, what you got, man? Why is it so tough to date? Why is it so tough to find a good woman?
Richie.
Sir.
Yeah, this is Steven.
What's happening?
Carolina.
What's happening, Steven?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say, have an open heart, not an open wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. Just having an open heart, but not an open wallet.
Right. Steven, why do these men keep giving money? Why do men keep giving money to these women out here, man? Why are they doing it?
There are a lot of suckers in this world, Richie. And it's just a lot of people, they just want the low hanging fruit.
Right.
And they're not you gotta thoroughly vet these women.
Right.
And and once you meet someone in person, Richie, it's a whole different playing field, So, it's I mean, like in the Philippines, they might show you. I mean, I love the Philippines, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there's I have people tell me, oh, well, there's I see they have great beaches there, and they do. I've been to Plowing, but a great beach here, but there is a lot of people that are really struggling there,
For sure.
more so than here in the USA, and that's what you don't see.
For sure.
And so many videos,
Steven,
and
we see all these videos of these women taking advantage, and of course this is not all the Filipino women. This is not by far, but we see so many videos of men getting taken advantage of by Filipino women. Why are dudes still doing it, man? Even after watching these videos, why do dudes still send money? Every single channel, every single YouTube channel in the Philippines says the same thing, from Filipina P to every single one of them. We tell the guys, don't send these women money. Why do they keep doing it, man?
Yeah, it's just it's just there are too many men out there that I guess are really lonely. I mean, they're really kind of suckers, and they don't take the time, and but they really, you speak volume with your actions, and so that's really what you need to what someone needs to focus on.
I appreciate you calling in, man. Always. I'm sad we didn't get a chance to hook up, but next time I'm in South Carolina, the kids live out there, so I'll make sure to look you up before I get out there, and hopefully you can hook up next time.
Okay. And Richie, someone told me many years ago, you know what everyone's favorite radio station is?
What's that?
It's WIIFM. What's in it for me?
I like.
Okay. And he said, so Brian Tracy, anyway, motivational speaker, and I heard him say that many years ago. But people were saying WIIFM, that's what these women are saying,
right?
And thinking, and so they're looking out for them.
Absolutely, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them for looking out for them. Thanks for the call. I appreciate the call, Stephen. Every woman, I don't care what country you're in, every woman is looking for the same thing. She wants security, right? And so, she's looking for the man. That's what hypergamy is. She's looking for the man who's going to give her the best sense of security. So I don't blame them for that. But I blame the men for not picking a woman who's worthy of what he has to offer, right? And Steven said, there's a lot of lonely dudes out there. And I agree with you. I think one thing that we underestimate, I think a lot of guys underestimate how smart the women out here are. I think it may not be about education, but when we're talking about the game of life, I think a lot of dudes underestimate how smart and how crafty a lot of these women are. Seriously. And I think you really have to ask yourself, and I'm gonna be really real for a minute. This includes me. Why is this woman who's 10 years, 20 years, 30 years younger than me, why does she want me? She fell in love with you? Really? It might be. Why does this woman who's 30 years younger than me want me? Why does she want to be with me? Right? What is she getting from it? I know what I'm getting from it. What is she getting from it? Right? And if she really cares about me, what happens when I start saying no? What happens when the well runs dry? Is she still going to be with me? I think there's some tough questions to ask yourself. I think when we're really honest, the answer, a lot of times, we don't want to hear the answer. We don't want that answer. Let's take another call. Caller, what you got?
Yo, what up, man? New York City in the house. Young Fresh Global Travel. What's up, everybody?
Brooklyn's in the house. What's up, man? What you got on this?
What up, man? Yeah, so a couple things. One, I want to say, in my personal opinion, dudes that spend, money on women, that's all they have to give. And it's no disrespect to people, to certain dudes, but I see it all the time. I'm in BGC, Makati, Manila, and I just honestly, and by the way of not judging, I'm just saying this is my opinion. Now, I could be wrong or whatever, but what I'm saying is some of these dudes that's like in their 70s or 80s or whatever, you see them walking around with dimes.
Right.
Like literally dimes. And I'm like, damn. And you know what? I have come to the realization to say, you know what? Maybe these guys came to a certain point of their life to say, hey, you know what? I don't feel like shaving. I don't feel like ironing my clothes. I don't feel like taking a proper shower. Many of them use their skin. They say, well, I am white. So, and I know a lot of people might disagree with me on this, but maybe, some of these dudes probably feel like, yo, I'm white. So guess what? These Asian girls are going to love me anyway. So why do I have to put in any effort? You know what I mean? I could just spend money. So my first point is, I think a lot of guys, they just have nothing else to give other than money. You understand what I'm saying? They have nothing to give. They don't have anything to contribute at all. They are not trying to do nothing other than, yo, you know what? I probably got another 5 or 10 years on this earth.
Right.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just spend some money and I'm gonna just blow it on girls. That's
Right.
what I think. I'm not saying that's everybody, but I'm saying like based on what I see when I go to different countries, I'm seeing these older dudes like with really like 18, 19-year-old girls. And I'm like, all right, man, maybe this dude is probably just saying to himself that, you know what? I'm not even trying to wife her up. I'm just trying to have some fun.
Exactly.
And then, the but the second point I just want to say, I just think every dude should have standards, man. You know what I mean? Like putting those dudes to the side. I think, if you're a dude going to the Philippines or wherever you're going, man, always try to have some standards, man. Like brush your teeth, comb your hair, shave your hair, look presentable. You know what I mean? Like, have some kind of standards. Like if you want to have certain standards in women, you know,
Right.
like make sure that you say, hey, you know what are some of the standards that I want in my particular girl? Me personally, I was on social media too, dating apps or whatever the case may be. There is nothing wrong with dating apps, but I strongly believe that you have to have standards. Now, what are your standards? Is it she has to have a basic level of education?
Mhm.
Is it you don't want her to have any body counts? Do you want her to have low body counts? No kids? So first, I think you need to establish what is your standard.
Right.
First, what kind of chicks are you trying to bag out there? You know what I mean? Don't just, go after like a random regular pretty face. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So, and then the last thing about the Western part, the Western mindset that you raised that I thought was a really good example is, in my personal experience, I think a Filipina or just a Asian chick in general, I think once you prove to them that you have standards and you're not that type of dude that, oh, you just gonna drop money and she has to earn it. That's why I love when you say this at least 5 to 7 times every one of your lives. You always say, nah, man, she has to earn it.
You gotta
And
earn
I
it.
really love that, because if you are just giving away something to a girl, and I'm not talking about giving away finances, I'm talking about giving away game, giving away time, giving away energy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
She should be able to ROI. You know what I mean?
No
Like,
doubt.
so,
No doubt.
you always make that point, and I always feel like that's definitely a valid, point. But I feel like, any girl who pretends to have that Western mindset, especially if Filipina, many of them are just having that mindset just because it's out of the survival mode. And in my personal experience, that can always be turned around. You just have to know how to calm her ass down and be like, yo, you know what? You don't really need to go in that route. I am the leader. Follow me. But you have to be a man in order to do that. A lot of dudes don't know how to be a leader. So anyway, that's it, man. I don't want to jack you. I want to jack your call, but
That
yo,
was a filibuster, brother.
yeah.
Well, we love you.
That was that Cory Booker.
Right.
Newark, New Jersey.
We love you, brother. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah.
Right. Now, but I do agree with everything he said, and he's right. I've said I don't care who disagrees with me. If she's going to get my time, my attention, my energy, my money, she got to earn that. That has to be earned. Why? I don't understand why enough men don't value that, a lifetime of commitment to provide and protect a woman. Shit is hard, man. I mean, it's not easy providing and protecting a woman, a family. You got that has to be earned. You have to deserve that. And so there has to be an ROI for what I'm given. I need to get something back. And I'm not talking about box. You can get that anywhere. I'm talking about something. I'm talking peace of mind. I'm talking the three piece, the whole nine, right? It's valuable. It's extremely valuable. Um, let's see. Your affirmation said social media has inflated their sense of value. They've mistaken attention with intention. And man, you're so right. There's so many, especially you look at Instagram. Here, let me take another call and I'll get back to my point. Caller, what you got?
Hey, Black Box.
What's happening, Black Box?
What's going on? You know I'm gonna preach what I normally preach.
Go ahead, give it to us,
And
man.
we talk about men and they're giving away money. Like I always say, it's like a broken record.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta like that person in the mirror. Respect that person and love that person in the mirror before you can love and respect anybody else.
They don't. But they don't, bro.
And that's true. And that's exactly what they have. And it's something simple. Like, take care of yourself. You look good in the mirror, even if you don't look good with your shirt off. You know, you can work towards that later.
Keep working it.
Start putting on outfits that make you feel good about looking good in the mirror. Like a nice shirt, nice coat. Go get your hair cut. Go get yourself cleaned up a little bit. And you learn how to look good. And so you start feeling good about yourself. You start working on yourself like a project. Don't go there all broken up yet. Work on yourself.
Absolutely.
I'm doing it now, and I preach this all the time. I'm still working on myself before I even get there.
It's never too late.
And once I get there, I'm still going to be working on myself.
Never too late to start.
It's a never-ending process. We as human beings are flawed, so we always have to improve. So you have to keep pushing for that. The only way anyone is going to love and respect you, any woman, Filipinos are not blind to this. You have to love and respect yourself, or they see a sucker.
Right. Hey, those are great points. And I'm a piggyback on you real quick, if you don't mind. And let me say this: Filipinas, I think women in general, but I'm gonna say Filipinos are really good at this. They can spot a sucker anywhere. When you are a sucker, when you're that kind of dudes, when you're walking around without confidence, they can spot you. They can listen to your words, and they know who you are. The dude who thinks, oh my God, I can't believe I'm with this kind of woman, who pedestalizes a woman. They can spot you anywhere. They are way better at this game than you guys give them credit for. But the second thing is, all women, Filipinas and otherwise, can spot a man with confidence. And only the best of the best want to deal with a man with confidence, because they know that they're going to have to reciprocate. The low-hanging fruit, they don't want nothing to do with you, because they know they can't match your energy. They can't match what you bring to the table. Only the women who can match the quality, the energy that you bring to the table, want to mess with you if you're a quality woman. So whatever you put out there is what you're going to get back. But I want to say there's a couple things. Jerry, you made a really good point. And there's something I don't take into account sometimes. That old dude, what if you're 75 years old, you're 70 years old? I don't want to call you old if you're 70, but if you're older, how about we put it that way? What if you just got a whole bunch of money in the bank? You got nothing to do with your money. I'm not mad at you. If you want to blow your money on women and feel good, put a hot woman on your arm, you understand what it is, and she understands what it is. I'm not mad at that dude, because I mean he's in the twilight of his life, and he just wanted to live his best life and enjoy it to the end. I got no beef with that dude. I'm not mad at him. I get that. I absolutely get that. But for dudes that are a little bit younger, dudes my age, dudes in their 40s, I think you owe it to yourself. If you're coming over here and you're looking for a woman, you owe it to yourself to vet that woman, to vet those women, to make sure she's the kind of woman you want. I'm telling you, look on the videos, look on all Rafi Tulfo's videos. I'll give Alex a little pump here. Look at what is it called? Asia Life or Asia Now, and I can't remember his other channel, but every video, the woman who scams the dude is good looking. They're not ugly women. They're good looking women. What does that tell you? Don't get suckered by these women. You have to pay attention to their character. Their character is way more important than their box. It's way more important ultimately than how good looking she is. If you want a long-term relationship, you got to pay attention to her character, right? Okay, let's see. Big Love is in the house. What's happening, Big Love? You say, oh, I'm late again, but it's okay, brother. It's better late than never. We love having you up in here. if you guys are new to this channel, if you're new to this channel, new to our live stream, please know that on every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have a live stream every Saturday night, and it's with me and Cheng. We do one live stream during the weekdays, and that's the solo show, and that's me only. So definitely stick around, come back on Saturday night if you're in the US, and check out our live stream on Saturday night. It is always lit. Okay, let's get back to the comments. Ron Lawson said, but Rich, don't they all look at us Westerners not just money, but a better way of life? They do. They do, Ron, and I agree with that. But you have to think about what you're willing to accept. If you're okay with your woman looking at you as an ATM machine, that you're just giving her money, then I got no beef with that. If you're okay with that, but then you can't get mad at her because that's how she looks at you, right? You've taught her to look at you like an ATM machine, so don't get mad at her when she looks at you and treats you like an ATM machine. My beef with dudes is there's so many dudes who start off leading with their wallet, buying this, buying that, buying iPhones, buying this and that, and then the moment they say no, and the woman dips on them, then they're mad at it. They're mad at the woman. They're ready to badmouth a woman and say, she didn't do this or she's not that. But look, she told you knew what she was. You knew what it was in the first place. So don't be mad at her. Just she is who she showed herself to be. Asian, thank you. Asian Now and Living Abroad are the two channels. Thank you, Slick Rick. Man, my dude. What would I do without you? Right. Anyway, yeah. If you watch those channels, the women are always good looking. They're always good looking, and it's always this older dude, like this dude in his 60s, and he feels like he's on the come up until he figures out he's not on the come up. She's on the come up. It was her the whole time, and value what you bring to the table, gentlemen. Value what you bring to the table. Why is it difficult? Question today is, why is it difficult to date in today's age with all of this social media, with all these dating apps, 1,000,001 dating apps? You can find a woman anywhere. Why is it so difficult to find a quality woman, right? Your affirmations daily said men are shamed for their boundaries and standards, and because of this, they're afraid to abide by those boundaries and standards. You make a good point. I think a lot of men are shamed if you even talk about coming to the East, coming to Vietnam, or coming to the Philippines or Thailand. If you even talk about it, you get shamed. People, oh, you couldn't make it in the U.S. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do that. Here, let me take this call. Hold on a second. Caller, what you got?
Hey, Rich, how you doing? Great.
What's happening, man?
I'm good. I just have a couple of points concerning tonight's topic. Now, I think that men give money. One of the first thing is, okay, the easiest one is a lot of these guys don't have any game.
None.
Okay, so they have to leave money. Okay. Another thing is that they actually socialize that that's the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I say that? Is that most men are taught that their value is equal to their finances.
I agree.
And we've been trained from young men, get the bag so you can get the woman, the house, the family, etc., etc., etc. That's what we've been taught. So our value is based around our financial provision. So that's another problem. Another thing is all relationships are transactional.
Agree.
The problem is, are these guys getting equal value for the finances that they're putting in?
That's the problem.
That's the question. That's the problem right there. A lot of these guys are just flooding these girls with money, and they're not getting anything. They're not even in the Philippines, but these girls are getting money. But what are these guys getting? A 2 or 3 hour call 2-3 times a week? That makes any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And for the guys that are in the Philippines, if you're giving them money, but you're getting equal value back, not necessarily money back, but anything of equal value, sure, go right ahead. Right. Okay? Because when you look at it, you guys also mentioned about long term versus short term. If you were just like the guy from New York said, if you're just there, you got a lot of money, you've lived your life, you just want to have a good time, you're going to throw money at it, that's not a problem. But if you are looking for long term, if you're looking for love, it is very important to have your boundaries and standards in place so that you can avoid all this manipulation that comes from women in general.
Right.
Because at the end, we can all agree, a woman likes a man. She likes a man that she can manipulate, but she actually respects and wants the man that stands up to her.
That's right.
Because we all know this. What women say they want is not necessarily what they respond to.
Game of the day. Game
Okay.
of the day, man.
Okay.
Game
Not
of the day.
what they respond to. So they will say, yeah, I want a man that does this and does that and does that. But the man that says, the man that looks at them and says, listen, cut that shit out. That's the man she gets wet for.
That's the man she respects. Right. Right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the game.
man she respects.
That's the game. But
You understand?
a lot of, they don't get it, man. They don't understand it either, or they understand it, but they just don't have the confidence to do it. One of the two.
No, because think about it. How many men? I know we're older, okay? But how many men you think are growing up or have grown up in the past, have reached their 20s and 30s in the past 10 to 15 years? How many of those men were actually taught by their predecessors, their older uncles and grandparents about the manipulation that women do and how to deal with it?
Not many.
You understand? Not many. So here's what. So not only has social media taught these women to mistake attention with intention, but they've also taught these men that your value is in your pocketbook.
Right.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it's a vicious circle, and it just keeps getting worse. And until these men say, "Hey, listen, I am worth more than this," and they stick by the boundaries and standards they have in place, the women are going to continue, because we are the one that needs to put a stop to it. We are the one that sets the value. We are the one that put up the roadblocks. But if these women know it, this, just a little twerk and the roadblock is just thrown out the window, they're not going to stop.
You're absolutely right. Appreciate you calling in, man. A lot of game, man. You know what? I told you that. Stop calling my channel, man. You make too much damn sense. Yeah. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, man. Hey, but he's absolutely on point. I mean, you have these women who go out and they date a dude, and I'm really primarily talking about Western women that go out and they go out on a date with some dude, and the dude is very wealthy. He has this and that. He shows her a good time. He smashes and dashes. And now she says she dated him, right? When it might have been one date, but she'll act like it was a whole relationship, but really he smashed and dashed because she didn't deserve his time, attention, and money and any of that stuff. But now she thinks in her mind that she deserves that kind of dude because she got smashed by that dude. It's crazy. And now she thinks her standards are now up here because of one incident, or a couple of incidents with some upper quality dudes who have a little bit of money. And the thinking is just so crazy. But like he said, until we stop giving these women money, until we stop giving them our time, our attention, our energy, our money, they're going to keep doing what they're doing because we reward it. A lot of dudes reward it. Go on to any of these live streams. Go on to any of these Filipinas live streams. And it is crazy. If you want to lose your mind, go on to the live streams and watch what the dudes, read the comments. I mean, it makes me want to throw up when I read the comments on some of these live streams. It's just simps, filled with simps, sending them money and hoping, begging for attention. That's the crazy thing that blows me away. Paula, what you got?
Hey, how you doing? This is Daryl speaking.
Daryl, turn your sound down in the background, brother. Please.
I turned everything down.
Got you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Listen, I'm listening to the subject. Yeah, excellent broadcast as always.
Thank you.
And excellent subject matter. The reasons why a lot of the Western women lose out to other countries, especially in the Philippines, is because of this one factor.
What is it?
The women are trying to be the women there are honest. The ones here are honest, but they're honest, but they have also, and it's a generational thing. If they got generational women screwing up, they're going to teach the women in the next generation to screw up as well. And when they try to do it right, they get mad at them because they're doing it right. I've seen this happen. So it's not just one culture is better than another. They all have their faults, and all of them have their great things that they do. But at the same time, it's generational stuff that's being taught. If a woman's ratchet, she's going to teach ratchetness. If a woman tries to do the right thing, she's going to teach it doing the right thing to the next generation. So that's what you're going to see, and that's what you're going to feel, and you're going to experience. Now, some of the men, I got to fault the brothers now. Some of the brothers do some dumb stuff, and it's both black and white. It doesn't matter what color. They do some dumb stuff. So I offer them everything, and it doesn't make no kind of sense when you're not used to doing that, and you almost sound like a situation where it's desperation, and you can't be desperate with the situation.
No.
Take your time, understand what's going on, do the right thing, and watch what happens. It's going to work out just fine.
Right.
But if you try to put all kinds of craziness in the game, that's what you're going to get.
These women smell desperation, bro. They smell it.
Okay, tell time.
Man, hey, bro, I really think that a lot of guys underestimate how good these women are at this game. They've been playing this game for years. This game has been handed down to them from their aunts, their cousins, their friends. They understand this game through it way better than we do. And bro, they smell desperation. They know what it is. And the moment you show desperation, you are a target. That's all you are, is a target, and they're coming after your money. So I fully agree with you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate your call, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Always
a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. Also, you said honesty. I don't know. Okay, but let me take this call. I have to take this call because it's someone's.
Good morning again. This is me, Cheng.
What you got, caller?
Just to answer your live stream question. So I'm just making the most out of my break.
Okay.
So I think actually in some ways modern dating does keep people single. Not intentionally, but because the system, I think, rewards people for staying in the dating pool. I mean, dating apps, social media, and even the culture today push the idea that there's always someone better out there. So instead of working through normal relationship challenges, people just move on to the next person. It's easy to swipe right. Okay, move on to the next. So also, I also think that a lot of people today want the benefits of a relationship, but they're also afraid of the responsibility that comes with a commitment. So people keep dating, but they don't really settle down. So it's not necessarily designed to keep people single, but I think the environment definitely makes long term relationships harder to build. Now my question is maybe, or my closing statement will be,
You sound like a
maybe
lawyer.
the problem.
You got lawyers around you?
Huh?
You sound like a lawyer.
Huh?
You got lawyers around you?
I know, yeah. So my closing statement will be, maybe the problem isn't modern dating. Maybe the problem is that people want perfect partners, but they don't want to do the work that relationships require. And that's the end. That's all, Your Honor.
Okay, sweetie. I appreciate that. Before you take off, you make an interesting point. What if I suggested to you that it's good for business to keep people single? What if I suggested that it's good for dating apps, as long as people stay single, then they make more money, right? So it's good for business, that in the dating apps, social media, all of it, that people stay single. What would you say about that?
Well, if I'm a business person, then I would agree with you, and let's just keep making people single. But of course, I'm not a business person, and I'm someone who's looking for a long-term commitment. Then probably you'll be getting relationships that are shallow, and you will not have contentment because again, those applications or social media and dating apps would instill in the minds of people that you know you can keep thinking that there might be someone better just one swipe away.
The grass is greener, right? The grass is always greener on the other side. I appreciate you, Cheng.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You know, you're not so bad. You're not so bad. Yeah, I might take you
Thank
out.
you.
Okay, I talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye
You
bye.
bet. Okay. I agree with you. I do think that if you guys think about it, they're in business to keep you single. They're in business to make you believe that there's always other options out there. And as long as you keep exploring other options, like she said, sometimes relationships are tough. People don't want to go through tough. People don't want to hear tough. But there's always, one swipe away is another choice. You got another choice. This one didn't work. She's whacked. No, just get back on our app. Keep swiping, right? Get back on this app. Get back on another app. Keep swiping. And as long as you're swiping, they're making money. They're making money. And so I think there's something to that. There's something to the marketing aspect where they actually want you to stay single out there. Right? Think about Instagram. Instagram is all about attention, is giving attention to women, giving a lot of attention to women, them women getting validation from simps, suckers, and a whole bunch of people that just want to get in where they fit in or just looking for a little attention. I don't know. I think the intention. I think in the dating game out there in the dating market, I think they intentionally. I think how they market it is very intentional, and they want people to remain single as long as possible because they make more money. So I think that's another reason. Let's get into the comments while we have a little break in the call action. Remember, the numbers is at the bottom of your screen, is scrolling across. Don't be shy. I see we have a couple of other women in the audience today. I think I saw Anne, and I think I saw Miss Rhoda in the audience. You guys call in. Women, call in. Give us your take. We love to hear a point of view from the women, too. Don't be shy. We're not worried about your English. We'll understand you. We got you, okay? Call in and let us know. All right, let's see. Chosen One said, I don't send money online. I'm in the Philippines. She takes it right out of my pants pockets. I like that one. That's a pretty good one, right? Let's see. Feral Ranch, you said more often than not, it's survival. Hey, survival or not, these women are good at what they do. They are very good. They know the game. And I think dudes come here thinking that they're gonna, that they're gonna get over on some woman, or these women know the game. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They understand the game. Chosen One said, my confidence is low. So what? We all need love. But is it love, Chosen One? Is that love? Or I mean, we all need, some gratification, a little bit of intimacy here and there. But if you want love, if love is what you're seeking, and we can agree, I think that love would be a longer term thing, then why settle for something short term instead of vetting, making ourselves be the man that a woman would want and desire, and vetting to make sure that we get that quality woman that we desire. That's my question. That's my question. All right. Let's see. Christopher Michael said, all of them, because they look at the mind switch makes them go crazy. They look, and the mind switch makes them go crazy. Got you. I agree. I agree. The whole notion that there's always other options, I think, is really crazy, and especially for women who change their minds quite a bit. I'm not saying just women, but especially for women who are always changing their minds. One of the callers said earlier, the stuff that women say they want, a lot of times they don't even want. They think that's what they want. Oh, I want a soft man. I want a man who's soft and all that. And in fact, when you're soft, they're going to call you a sucker. They're going to call you a B-ass MF, right? They're going to start calling you names because you're soft. Don't listen to women tell you about what they want, because they're going to tell you what they think they want. Women, call in, and I would love to hear a woman. I would love to hear two things. First, tell me what you think a man wants, and tell me what you want. That's what I would love to hear from a woman. If you call into the show, we love getting women to call into the show. Please do. Jay King said, if you don't have no money, she ain't gonna give you no honey. Jay King, I don't care what planet, I don't care what country you're in, it still rocks like that. It still bees like that. It's what it is. She wants security. She wants security, and if you can't give it to it, if you can't give that to her, she's not going to give you what you're looking for. Okay. Christopher Michael said, all due respect, if you're throwing money and these women are loving you, who really is the prize? Ouch. That is straight game. Not all women, but let's seriously think. When a man does that, no woman respects you. Christopher Michael, bruh, it doesn't matter how many times we say it. At the end of every video, what do we say? Lead with your character, not with your cash. It doesn't matter, bruh, because there's so many men coming here with no confidence, and they think and they believe, and they're probably right, that if they don't throw money at these women, they have no chance. And they're probably right. In most instances, they are probably on point, that they have no chance at all if they don't lead with character. You got to revamp yourself. You got to build yourself up and build yourself into being a woman, a man that a woman desires, and build yourself up into being a man that that you respect, that you respect yourself. They're probably right. They got to throw cash at them, bro. They got to throw cash at these women, because if they don't, they're going to keep being lonely. They're going to stay lonely, and no one is going to want them. So that's their only option in their minds. Black Box said, that's why you plan to win, because if you don't plan, life and situations will plan for you, and it more than likely plans your failure. What's that expression? Failing to prepare is preparing to fail, right? I think John Wooden said that. So I absolutely agree with that statement. Morris said, King, yes, you have time. Yes, you have time. Act like you don't have it to find a true relationship. Absolutely. You got to vet, man. You got to vet. Every single one of these damn women on Rafi Tulfo is good looking. I've yet to see an ugly one. They're always good looking. How come these dudes get sucked in? How come we keep seeing these videos? Because we keep getting these men who are throwing money at these women, and then they're shocked when the woman leaves them for another dude or for a local dude. They're just shocked. How could he possibly do that to me? Hey, she never loved you. She didn't respect you, bruh. You were just a means to an end to her. That's it. And it's not Filipino women. It's any woman. It's any woman if you don't treat yourself with respect and if you don't lead with your character. It's just going to be like that. Let's see. Raymond or Tiger said, some guys are not looking for a wife, but would still like a partner. That might be me. I'm still up in the air about it, Tiger. You know, I'm not against getting married, but I got issues with getting married. We talked about that a couple of live streams ago. I'm not against it, but somebody's got to convince me that it's a good idea for me. I think I still, even with Cheng, and Cheng, I love you, sweetie. But I just think that there's a lot more for me to lose than for me to gain in getting married. So having a partner, I'm cool with having a life partner. I have no problem providing and protecting as long as I'm getting an ROI. And with Cheng, I feel like I get a pretty good ROI. Right? Okay. Chosen One said, Filipinas like money just like women in the West. Absolutely. We all love money, some more than others. I totally agree. Totally agree. Right? Anders is in the house. What's happening, Anders? What's going on, brother? Let's see. Another Chosen One said that brushing your teeth comment struck a nerve. I struggle with that. Okay. All right. I don't even know how to respond to that, right? We got to brush. We just got to brush. It's just that simple, right? All right. And Morris said something that struck a chord with me, and I totally agree with. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. I don't care what it is in life. It doesn't matter what it is in life you have or you achieve. If it's worth having, it wasn't easy to get. If it was easy to get, everybody would have it, right? I absolutely agree with that. What's happening? My man, KB is in the house. What's happening, fam? Long time no see. Let's take a comment or a call real quick. Mike, what's happening, man? What you got?
Let's do this. Let's talk about this now.
Go ahead.
What's the matter with just getting a 3-piece and rolling? Why can't you just stay single?
I have no problem with it, bro. None.
You know, I see some of these girls, and you said it right. They're professionals at it. The one problem I see, when I was over there, you're talking to girls, this, that, and the other. This is sort of like a poker game when you got 2 Chinese guys there and they're talking Chinese, and a bunch of American guys sitting at the table. So they're speaking Tagalog or whatever to their girlfriends when you're out, and you can't understand a word they're saying.
Right.
They have the advantage.
They know the game.
They definitely know the game.
Right.
I mean, and I think too, it's about confidence. I mean, the guys that are being simps and sending money at them, they ain't had it for who knows how long. Some girls finally giving them attention, and boom, they're gonna throw the money at them.
Right. And that's what it is. I think one of the callers said there's a lot of lonely dudes out there, and I get that. And you come here and you get bombed with attention, and a lot of dudes don't know how to act when they get all that attention. They just don't know how to act. They're so happy. They're so amazed. They're in heaven. I've seen it with my own eyes, man. Dudes get here and they just lose it over a woman who gives them so much attention. She throws that box at him, and he can't give her enough. He can't give her money quick enough. And I just wish we could get to a point where we understand that is part of the game, bruh. It's part of the game. That's it. And if you're okay with that, then that's cool. But if you're looking for a long-term thing or you're looking for marriage, then you got to do better.
You just can't. I mean, my whole thing is, you just can't be in a hurry. You gotta vet. You gotta take your time, spend some time with them, whatever. And then, what you got within a few weeks, month, and if that ain't her, then move on.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no reason to rush into something. My buddy told me he's over there now and he's dating a girl already, and he told me the same thing. He goes, the girls throw themselves at him every single day.
Yes.
He said, you won't believe it. So I believe what you're saying. It's the truth.
Right. And Michael, let me ask you, why do you think these young women in their late 20s, mid to late 20s, early 30s, why would these women, I mean, let's be logical. Let's just be logical and reasonable for a moment here. Why are these women throwing themselves at dudes in their 50s, 60s? Dudes that are, we won't call them over the hill, but dudes that are, they've seen their better years physically. Why do you think women are throwing themselves at these dudes?
Oh, it's 100% money. It's security. That's all it is.
It's the money.
There's no doubt because, we're not stupid. We grew up, but these women weren't throwing themselves at us.
You come over here and all of a sudden you're super handsome. You're guapo. You believe that shit, right? She's telling you everything. She is just sweet talking you, honey lips, telling you everything you never heard at home, right? And suddenly you're valuable. You feel great. Of course you're going to shell out money. You can't spend money quick enough on this woman, right? But I think some of us aren't thinking logically. What does she want from me? And if you don't demand that she gives back, if you don't demand an ROI, why should she give it to you? Why should she give it? If you don't demand that, if you don't command that, and you don't respect yourself, why should she give it to you? Why would it be her fault?
I agree. It goes without that saying too. I don't care. She's not a unicorn, and you all heard the saying that no matter how hot, you show me the hottest girl in the world, and I'll show you a guy that's tired of hitting it.
Exactly.
Because if they can't bring the right thing to the table, then they got to go.
She's got to go.
So
she's got to go. And
I'll tell you this. I'm super excited. I finally got it retired. I'm on the plane Saturday. I look forward to seeing you, and we'll work this out in person.
Roger that, bro. Take care. Glad to have you call in. Don't let it be the last time. I'll see you this weekend, man.
Yeah, I'll be in Monday.
Hey, really quick, I need to hit me on WhatsApp after this because I want to put you up on game to help you with your jet lag. Okay, I got a little something that might help you with your jet lag. Okay, all right. I'll talk to you later, man. Take care.
You got it.
All right.
See you, bud.
Okay. So on point, man. Cliff is in the house. What's up, my man, Cliff? My dude. What's happening? Joey Jover, my brother from a Filipino mother. What's happening, Joey? Is in the house, man. Ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself these questions, gentlemen. I mean, and again, if you're okay with it, if you understand what the game is and you're okay with it, and you just say, I just love the attention, I'm cool with it, I don't mind, I don't mind, her love bombing me, giving her money, then if you're cool with it, then that's cool. But if you're here and you're honestly looking for a long-term relationship, or if you're looking for marriage, then it is in your best interest to vet that woman and find out what she's really about. A lot of these dudes, the dudes you see on Rafi Tulfo, they didn't vet. They just got love bomb. They got that box, and boom, they just started shelling. They just give whatever she wants, and next thing you know, I can't believe she did this to me. She didn't respect me. Of course she didn't respect you, bro. Of course she didn't. Why would she? You didn't respect yourself, right? Okay. All right. Let's get back. I think I missed a couple of calls in the last call. Call back, callers, if you have a chance. Give us a call back. We're already sorry if we miss your call. We only have one line, so we just try to get as many in as we can. But call on back. We'd love to get your take. All right. Let's see. Joey Jover said it's boiled down to social media, cultural values, and women are more liberated. Okay. More independent, and that's why it's hard for men at today's age today. I agree. And I think especially Western women are very liberated. Joey, you know what blows me away? What blows me away is that women here in the Philippines feeling liberated. Women here in the Philippines feeling liberated when the salaries are as low as they are. And that, of course, that's not every single Filipina, but wouldn't it be, how could it not be better to have a good, in this culture, in this environment, in this economy here in the Philippines, how could it not be better to have a good dude who loves you and who wants to take care of you at your side? I don't understand how it could not be better, especially here in the Philippines. In the US, in the West, women have so many more opportunities to make money. They have degrees, they're highly educated a lot of times. I can get it more, but here in the Philippines, where salaries are so low, how could it not be better for you as a woman to have that man by your side who wants to take care of you, who wants to be your teammate? I don't get that. I really don't get it. Okay. Cliff said, I'm trying to get my tickets to go back to the Philippines. Man, I loved it over there. Cliff, I bet you did, bruh. I know you did. And we loved having you over here, man. It was really good to meet you, good to hang out with you, and looking forward to having you back, bruh. All right. Anders said, leading with money is a lot easier in the short run. And that's the whole thing. In the short run, it is easier. I mean, if you just want bucks, I mean, why not pay to play? Why not pay to play instead of just, oh, you guys, I keep missing, I think I missed a phone call. Or you might have just butt dialed me. Anyway, but why not just pay to play instead of getting into a relationship and all that and getting feelings hurt and all that stuff? I don't know. If it's me, I just think I might would be cool paying to play or something instead of getting into all the relationships. Look, let me call you on Tuesdays. Let me get mine in. Give me a couple hours of your time, and we're good to go. I might even take you out to dinner on Tuesdays, Tuesday nights, or on Saturday nights. We could be a couple one day a week, something like that. And then I'm about my business the rest of the week, and I'm not worried about it. But I don't understand the whole notion of throwing your money away for women who don't deserve it, who just don't deserve it. All right. Morris said, I'm planning to go to the Philippines, have to sort some things out. Lord willing. I would love to have you out here, Morris. Young Fresh said, I agree with this caller. We're the ones who set the value on ourselves. Unfortunately, we don't set enough value on ourselves. And I agree with the caller too, and you, Jerry. Or Young Fresh, I just don't think we put enough value on what we provide and what we bring to the table. Go ahead, man. Give it to us. Call number 2.
Yo, what's up? One more time. New York City in the house.
Brooklyn's in the house.
Gotta always shout out the best city in America, even though there's a lot of stuff going on right now in our country. Definitely, God bless our troops. Shout out to all of our troops. Everybody deserves.
For sure.
Sorry, just wanted to say that really, really quickly. Everybody deserves. So shout out to you, Richie. You know, shout out to everybody. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now and whatever. So that being said, my first point is I just wanted to touch on this really quickly. A lot of people who, you know, look down on Filipinas, who do certain things, right? Who like claim that they just want money. Some of these women, like, I mean, I'm not defending it at all, man, but when you go outside of Manila, bro, you go to Cebu or places like Bohol or Davao, these women are dimes, bro.
They're not women.
I'm sorry.
They're not ugly women.
No, no, but Richie, no, I'm sorry. I mean, like, listen, I have a girl. Full disclosure, I have no interest on, you know, dating anyone at all. Just, you know,
Shout out to Kate.
speaking by, yeah, I want to be very clear, right? But, you know, the reason why I want to make this first point is, in my personal opinion, I mean, I've, you know, born and raised in New York, lived in New York all my life. There's a lot of dimes here, but you know, the women, the temptation in the Philippines and different places outside of Manila, it's just, it's unreal, man. It's like something I've never seen in my life. So I feel like a lot of these older dudes who, like, they are already in that retirement phase. Um, like Sunshine Shoulders is one of my favorite, you know, vloggers that I like to watch and stuff. And, you know, and he always says one thing, you know, he's like, yo, you know what? You can't come here to the Philippines and judge the way these women think when you are giving them your own money. If you are making it a decision to give them your money, that's on you. You can't really call them a gold digger or whatever. You have to raise your standards as an actual man. Exactly. So, shout out to Sunshine Shoulders, man, because he is always kicking a lot of games. So I definitely like his page. I like to log into your page. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just really wanted to say that because it's like, you know, if you are as of age, you just have to be responsible, man. You just really got to be responsible. And if you are, you know, it's like, do you know anybody who's into strip clubs, bro? It is the same thing. There's some people who just like to go to strip clubs and spend their money, and some people feel like, well, why are you giving your money to strippers?
I never understood that.
You know, Richie, I think it's the same thing. It's the same thing. People who spend their whole people spend their whole paycheck in an actual strip club. Right. I think, in my personal opinion, it's the same thing with people who give those super chats that you were talking about to these girls that they have never met or they probably would never meet. So that's why they're always going to stay single. Anyway, that's it, man. I'm out.
All right, thanks, bro. I appreciate you. And man, it is crazy. If you go on to any of these live streams, it is crazy how much money these dudes are just giving. The woman's doing nothing, except sitting there in a bikini or washing clothes or writing in a book or I mean, doing nothing of value, giving you nothing in return, no ROI except a little bit of attention. She might say, "Oh, thank you for your name," or what. Nothing at all. It is insane. Joey Jover said, "Don't get manipulated, fellas. Stand your ground. Nowadays, it's a treasure to find a good woman to want to be your future wife that you can build family and legacy. Stay strong. Don't fall for the trap." Look, he's putting you up on game. My man is from here in the Philippines. He's a Filipino dude. He's watched it. He's seen it. He knows the game. They all know the game here, you guys. Why do you think when they see you or when they see us with a Filipina, especially the older dudes with the real young Filipino, why do you think they got that smirk on their face? They know what it is. They know exactly what they know the game. They ain't gonna front on her. They know what she's doing. They know what's happening. Let me take this call. Caller, what you got?
Yeah, Richard Morris again.
Go ahead, Mo.
I just want to piggyback on Young Fresh Group Global said, you know, I came there in 2016, and man, I was in Colombo, Laguna,
Mm-hmm.
and I stayed down there for a whole month. And man, I'm gonna tell you, if I weren't a man of character because I was married, I would have had no problem.
It's easy to slip. It's easy to slip.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's as soon as they see, oh, where you from? Because my accent, I don't sound American, I don't sound German, so everyone's wondering where I am, and man,
Right.
oh, coming up, gripping your arm, and hi,
They know the
where you
game.
from? And like, wow, I'm like, geez, pulling myself away. I was like, look, I know you. What you did? Oh, you single?
Right.
Looking for a girlfriend?
Right.
I'm like. And I could understand for these guys that don't get that attention. That will just blow their mind.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that's part of the reason me and Cheng have this channel is just to put people up on game, man. It's part of the game, right? She's gonna give you the honey lips. She's gonna love bomb you. All of that stuff. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
She knows. Hey, why y'all think I stay home all the damn time? Why y'all think I don't go nowhere? I don't go many places without Cheng. I know better. I'm I'm still fair. I'm not bad looking. I'm not, Denzel, but I know what's gonna happen if I go out there by myself. Shoot, man, I'll go outside looking fresh and come home butt naked or something. Man, stop. Man. Too much temptation out there. They're good at what they do. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Morris. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, it's like going out to the bar and having a wedding ring on. You attract women like crazy.
Exactly. They like you more. They like you more when you got the ring on. Yeah, because now you're a challenge. Now you're a challenge, man.
Yeah.
Some of these women, man, I don't know. And for the women out there, in the audience right now, we're not talking about you. We're not talking about the quality women. We know there are quality women in the Philippines. We have several of them, several of them on our channel who comment, who call in and comment in the comment section. We're just talking about the low-hanging fruit that also exists in the Philippines and everywhere else for that matter. Thank you, brother. Take care.
Blessings, my brother.
Blessings. Yeah, and it just, the game is strong, man. The game of these women is super, super strong. They will tell you. Just if you don't listen to anybody, listen to the local people, the people who have seen it their whole lives. Joey said, simps are all over the place, fellas. You can change their mind if they don't want to be. You can't change their mind if they don't want to be changed. Their mindset and fall for simping to unworthy women, right? And that's the thing. A lot of dudes, Joey, bruh, they get blown away, and they just, me and Cheng laugh at it now. We just laugh because we've seen it so many times. We've seen dudes come over here for the first time and get love bombed by women, and boom, they're done. These men are cooked until the next time you hear from them. It's, oh man, it's over. I can't believe she did X, Y, or Z to me, and they're sad, and it sucks. It sucks to see, but it's what it is. It's what it is. Christopher Michael said, look at all the Filipino channels. Double Trouble in Asia, prime example of men throwing money at a young Filipina getting her nails done and doing nothing and talking about nothing. Nothing of value, not putting you up on game, talking about nothing, getting her nails done. Why would you come here and do here what you don't even do at home? Why would you give these women something that you're not giving women at home? They're not. It's one of the most frustrating things for sure. Let's see. Your Affirmations Daily said, even the good Filipinas want to be financially upgraded, of course. But the difference here is that they return equal value in how they take care of you and treat you. Now that is, and to me, that's the difference. That's the one difference. Even if you get that low-hanging fruit here, she's going to do X, Y, and Z for you. She's going to do something. She's going to give you something of value for what you give her of value. And that's the one thing I will say about a lot of the women here. You're going to get value. You're going to get a return on your investment. Is it going to be equal value? I don't know. But you're going to get value for your investment for sure. No question about that. So that's the one thing I will say is that I agree with that. At home, women, I think a lot of women are just looking, what can he give me? What can he do for me? What can he do for me? And where I can give as little back in return and get and maximize what I get from him. And I think that's a lot of what you're getting at home. But I think it's a little different over here. I agree with that. Let's see. Your affirmations daily said, Cheng, single people means separate household, means separate rents, separate appliances, separate utilities, separate everything. The tax man and the commercial vendors thrive on this. Absolutely. Absolutely. They want to keep people single as much as possible because they benefit from it. Given facts, not fiction. What's up, man? What's happening? Let us know if you guys are new to the channel. Let us know where are you watching from. Let us know that, right? Given facts said, I think dating got influenced by like Chinese dating. I think dating got influenced by like Chinese dating scams and can forget the secret societies. Okay. All right. Hey, that makes a little bit of sense, man. That definitely makes some sense, right? Joey Jover said, totally agree. Dating apps makes people single because if they're using their app and get a partner, they don't need the app anymore and then they leave. I'm telling you guys, there's game to it. They really don't want you to find a partner. They don't want you to find a partner because then that's two less people on their app. It's in their best interest to keep you single, right? All right, let's see. Given facts said, we all say love, but how it hits for everyone can be different too. Definitely. If you ask 10 people what love means to them, you're going to get 10 different answers in all likelihood, right? Okay. Let's see. Joey Jover said, most women don't know what they want. They speak out, but to no substance whatsoever. And I think some women do after they've been through this, that, and the other. But I think a lot of women, they have no idea what they want. Oh, I want a soft dude. I want a man who leads. You get a man who leads, but then you disrespect him, and you can't. Oh, he's controlling. Man, you've heard it all before. A lot of women just don't have any idea. They really don't. And this is not a bash woman thing. I'm just being real. Especially the young women, they're still figuring out who they are. They think they know what they want, but they really, really don't. And if you follow them and you lead and you let them lead, they will lead you down the path of destruction. Right? Okay. Let's see. A black box says you can't catch fish from fish. All right. Joey said, first things first, fellas, get confidence, have standards, and character building. You can't be like a dog following everything handed over to you. Joey, you're so on point, bro. But I'm telling you, most of these men, they're not going to listen to us. They're not going to listen. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to give these women money. And let me tell you, let me put you up on game. Me and Cheng laugh about this because a lot of men give women money here, and they come on our channel and they, no, I don't give her no money. I won't give her any money. But they give her money because they can't help themselves. They got that white knight thing. They want to feel like they're saving her, and they're going to give her money. They feel like they're investing in love. It's going to build a relationship. It's going to build something if they give her money for whatever reasons. But you get a lot of dudes who give women money, and they'll lie about it. And they'll lie. They literally will lie and say they don't give women money, but they do. But they definitely do. And it is crazy. It is really crazy. And seriously, if you feel like you got to lie about something, why would you feel like you got to lie about it unless you knew you were doing something that wasn't working or that wasn't good, right? But some guys, they know, and that's why I don't feel sorry for dudes who end up on Rafa Tupou or who end up getting jaded or getting taken by some women. You knew it already. You knew the game. We put you up on game. Other channels put you up on game, but you still did what you did. So it's tough to feel sorry for you, right? All right. In avoiding would who you are in love with money, then that important. Then you that important. Okay, all right. Given facts also said it's avoiding women who are in love with money, then you're that important. You got to avoid those women, man. You got to avoid those women who are in love with money because I'm telling you, most of those women, they want the money, they want the means, they want what you can do for them. It is what it is. We can be blind, we can be crazy, but there's come on, man. She's 30 years younger, 20 years younger. You don't think she wants your money? If you don't make her work for it, if you don't make her earn it, then how are you ever going to know if she wants you or the money? If you don't make her earn it, you know what you got, you know what your value is, or you should. But if you don't make her earn it, if you don't make her give you a return on investment, how do you ever know until she bails, until she dips because you start saying no? That's all I'm saying, right? Cheng said, women want security, financial, emotional, etc. Men want peace of mind, piece of chicken, and a piece of that ass on a daily basis. You got that right, baby. I want a piece. I feed me and give me that ass. Give me that damn ass. Right? Joey said she nailed it. Absolutely. Absolutely. She knows. she ain't been around for 3 years for nothing, man. Stephen McCardle said these women know the game and they know how it's played. Do the guys know how to lead with character? Too many men don't. Stephen, they don't, bruh. They just don't, and they really feel like if they don't lead with money, they don't have a chance in hell. And for some of those men, it's true. It's just true. I'm telling you, these women they smell a sucker, man. They smell a sucker. They can smell them. They can smell confidence, and they can smell a sucker too. Right? Let's see. Black Box said, women in the hood in America are crazy. A woman just stuck up another woman with an AR over a hair appointment. Wow, dude. Wow, that is crazy. With an AR. Wow. Okay. Your affirmations daily said we can win more rounds when we know the rules of the game, and that's why we put you up on. That's why we put you all up on game. Most men are playing and don't know the rules. These women know all the rules of the game. When you come here, you are at a disadvantage because she knows all the rules, bruh. Every single one of them. You're at a huge disadvantage. She knows everything about your culture while we know nothing about theirs. All right, let's see. Miss Rhoda said men and women should vet properly because if I do something nice, men would think I'm just pulling his leg and vice versa. So vetting is the key to see the real true intention. Okay, I agree, Miss Rhoda. If a woman is saying sweet words to me, I'm thinking, what is she? She wants something. But that's why you vet, and over time, I can prove to you that I'm the man you want. You can prove to me over time that you're the woman I want, right? That's why the vetting process is so important because there's all kinds of game out there, and you just have to be wary. All right, let's see if we can get through these. I got to end this early because I got to get back to work. But Chosen One, bro, I got to give you credit, man. You are funny. You are crazy funny. I love reading your comments, man. Chosen One said strip clubs make the best fried chicken, right? I wouldn't know about that. I hate strip clubs. I think I've been in strip clubs twice in my life. I hate them. It's the most frustrating thing in the world to have the box right in front of you and you can't touch it. You can't do nothing. It makes me crazy, right? And Rhoda said exactly. So you have to prove yourself all the time, and you do. At least for a while, you got to prove that you're worthy of this man, this quality man that you're after, and vice versa. He's got to prove it to you. Let's see. Michael Moy said you could get boxed anywhere. Difference between a hot chick and a marriage material woman. Don't play the game. You're the prize. Don't forget it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Larry Johnson said, not just Filipinos, but Western women play the same game. You just have to vet. Larry Johnson, they do, but the difference is the Western women haven't figured it out. And that's why they try to talk down about Filipino women and what women in Asia is the woman in Asia has figured out, look, let me give him a little bit. Let me give this man what he wants, and I'm going to get what I want. All right, let me love bomb him. Let me give him the honey lips and all that, and I'm gonna get what I want. The women in the West are still trying to do that. I'm not going to give you anything, but I want everything in return. So I don't know. Young Fresh said too many dimes. I mean, dimes, bro. That's why I stay home, man. That's why I stay home. It's just stay home. It's just better. It's easier, right? I didn't even read this comment, Cheng. But Cheng said, "Thank you for staying home all the time, honey. I appreciate you." Well, you know what I'm doing. I'm working. So, but yeah, man, it's too much. There's a lot of competition out there, man. There's a lot of hot women out there, and they're gonna tell you everything you want to hear. They're gonna do everything you want them to do. They're out there, bro. They're out there. Man, the grass ain't always greener though. Let's see. Black Box said, I don't worry because I have discipline and the look of the bride troll. So my goals are set and my timeline is set. I hear you, bro. I hear you. That's how it's got to be. That's how it's got to be. Cheng said, we know our women, Joey. Some women, when they see an opportunity, they don't care if the guy is single or not. It is what it is. Given Facts is from Mississippi. What's happening out there in Mississippi? All right. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining our show, bro. Let's see. I want to make sure I get these in before I dip out of here. Miss Rhoda said, a person will have different meaning and description of love based on their experience. The more experience. Miss Rhoda, you're so right. The more experience you have, it's going to change. Hopefully, it's going to change how you feel about love, and it's going to change through your experiences in life in which you've gone through. So I totally agree, right? And she said the deeper she will have meaning to it, right? You're going to feel it's going to change. It definitely will change. She said, Joey Jover, maybe for some, there are other women that still have their values. You know, and keep in mind, we're not talking about all Filipino women when we talk about some of these women who are, who know the game. We're talking about the low-hanging fruit that exists, that we know exists. We're not talking about the quality women out there. And I always want to give props to the quality women out there. They exist, but you got to go out and find them because they are fewer and further between. It's just that simple. Okay, let's see here. And Given Fact said, Joey, confidence comes from practice and is built over time through actions. I think this creates chances to provide a service, to Rich, a business to the men, a wingman service. I don't want to be no wingman, dude. I don't want to be a wingman because if I'm a wingman, that means the girl you after, she's got a girl and she's gonna have eyes for me. I don't want none. I want none of that smoke. I'm cool. I get the 3-piece whenever I want it. I'm always full and I appreciate it. So, but I like that idea. I definitely like that idea. Okay, let's see. Slick Rick, this is a good promo. I appreciate the promo, Slick Rick. And he said, if you want to prepare before you come to the Philippines or when you're planning a vacation, book a consultation with me and Cheng. We will definitely do everything we can. We got great advice for you, how to avoid jet lag, where to stay, the best quality hotels to stay in. We got a lot of game for you, how to avoid the traps that are out here in the Philippines. A whole bunch of game for you. Book a consultation. All you got to do is hit us with our email. Hit us in the email. We'll book a consultation and we'll do a video chat, and we will make sure that your trip to the Philippines is virtually worry-free. Okay? All right, let's see. All right, did I get to the end of it? I got to the end of it. All right. Last two comments. Given Facts, Not Fiction said, guys mess up by rushing. They do, man. They do. They run choreographed vetting strategies like it's a job interview. Just slow down. Time does the vetting for free. That's straight game. Joey Jober said, I totally agree, brother. They rush things head first and get slammed on the ground. And I totally agree with that. You guys, to summarize this, my closing comments, don't rush. I know for the older cats and you got nothing but time on your hands and a lot of money in your pockets, do whatever makes you happy. It is what it is. Do what makes you happy. For the younger cats out there, if you're looking for a long-term relationship, don't rush. Ask the right questions. Don't be afraid to ask hard questions. If you're afraid to ask hard questions, then that means she's probably not the woman for you, or you probably ain't the man for her, for that matter, right? So that's my final thought. Let's get Ching's final thought on this. Ching said, my final thought is that the modern dating gives people unlimited choices, but sometimes too many choices make it harder to appreciate the person right in front of you. And relationships don't grow from options; they grow from commitment. Cheng, I totally agree with you. And I want to take a second to tell you, I appreciate you. You put in a lot of work in a lot of different ways, and I appreciate the work you put in. And so I want to say thank you, and keep doing what you're doing. Don't leave the door open. Um, you're I think you're a great example to a lot of women. I really do. I think you're a great example to a lot of women about how to treat a man, and I would attest to that. Thank you so much. Last, I want to say thanks again for the super sticker and the super chat. Christopher Michael, thank you again for that super chat. Always appreciate you. Larry Johnson, I appreciate the super sticker. Much appreciated, brother. And LJ, let me know. Remind me of where you are, man. Remind me of where you are, and if you're out, back at home, when you're coming out this way, would love to meet up with you. Any of you guys, if you're coming out this way or planning to come out this way, definitely get a hold of me. Whether or not you do a consultation, it's irrelevant. Get a hold of me, let us know, and hopefully we can set up a time when we can have dinner together, sit around and chat and shoot the shit. Okay, so I think that's it. I think that's all I got. And you guys, thank you for participating in our live stream. The next one will be with me and Cheng, and it'll be on Saturday night. Don't miss the live stream. If you haven't caught our video tonight, catch our video. Make sure you check out our video tonight. We appreciate it, and we'll see you in our next video, which will be in a couple days. Which will be in a couple days. So we'll see you soon. Later, fam. We love you. Thank you for making our channel what it is, and thanks for building a family community that we can be proud of. We appreciate you. Don't forget, lead with your character, not with your cash. From Binghamton, Larry's from Binghamton, and I hope you will be out here in April, Larry, because we appreciate you, and I'd love to share dinner with you, brother, or lunch or whatever, man. But we'd love to meet you. You guys take care. We love you. Deuces. I'm out. And let me not forget Slick Rick. Slick Rick, thank you, brother. Thank you for what you do. We appreciate you, man. Couldn't do it without you. Take care.